Okay, we got the live stream going. Yeah, I got the stream going. Okay. Alright. Oops. Alright. There we go. So, alright, welcome everybody to episode 5 of NASCAR Heat Race Hub. We got a lot to talk about from the past few weeks because I've been off lately and I just didn't have the time to do Race Hub and I just couldn't be able to get around to it. But we're finally back this week. Hopefully no interruptions today and hopefully everything will be okay. So we got about 6 people in here with us today for NASCAR Heat Race Hub, and we got the new owner of Snap-on in here, and that is Dave. So, and we also got the new owner of Snap-on in here, and that is Dave. So, we're gonna go ahead and get everything unmuted. So, actually, I need to unmute 2 of these guys real quick. So, all right. So, okay. So, welcome to episode 5. We got a lot to talk about in the past few weeks because I was off lately and we need to talk about a lot of stuff. So, first of all, let's go and break down the Snap-on finale story a few weeks ago. And we had a lot of controversy because Mac actually choked away the Apple PC2 championship. And then we had GU went on to win the SDP championship in Michigan. And then the day after, we actually had Pemcraft actually win the championship for the Fastenal Cup Series. So let's actually talk about GU because he seems to usually get very lucky whenever it comes to the final few laps of the race. But now I think about it, it's really he really just has the pure talent. Would you all agree?
Honestly, I agree.
Dave, what about you?
I agree.
So now we still need to talk about him because after the Fastenal race on Friday of that finale race in Michigan, he just didn't have the right speed at the right time because Pem was actually a lot faster than him in the race and he led the most of the lap. Or actually, he didn't lead all the laps though. But he really actually Pem just basically just had the right speed at the right time though. It's not really just about speed or talent or anything. It's just basically whoever gets to the checkered flag first. But even though that GU's last race was actually, well, it wasn't really his last race though. It was basically his last race of actually hosting Snap-on, and then he actually turned the turntables over to Dave now, which Dave, do you want to explain what you're now doing to the series now? I think you have your mic shared, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think I do. I don't know.
Yeah, you can go ahead and say. Here, let me go and mute everybody real quick.
First race, we're only taking 15 cars or 15 trucks. So you want to make sure you get in. You want to qualify.
And let me see here. What else do I need to talk about? Oh yes. So even though that we're actually doing an off-season truck series for Snap-on though, that's basically the same thing as what we're doing here for Southwest though, because the Southwest Cup Series will actually not start up until November, though, once at least a decent amount of people will actually get the game once it comes out on October 28th or October 26th if y'all actually get the pre-order early. But which I'm actually excited about because as of a few days ago, I don't know if this is true or not, but Joey said that pre-orders for PlayStation 4 will actually be out on Friday, which I highly doubt that's true, but
he's capping. It's not true.
I have talked to GameStop and to find out they have nothing confirmed yet.
Which I highly doubt.
Hey Justin.
Hold on a second, Mac. But yeah, it's kind of a shock that we don't have any pre-orders yet for PlayStation 4 on NASCAR 21 Ignition yet, but it's kind of funny because they actually already have the Steam orders and the Xbox One pre-orders already out, but it just makes no sense about why they still have no pre-order date out for PlayStation yet, which I'm kind of shocked about that because they would usually do it like 2 months in advance. But it's just a bit of a shock. And go ahead, Mac, and go ahead and say what you were saying.
So if we're gonna race at Coda and Daytona Road Course, I'm not gonna lie, you guys might not agree on my opinion, but I may be a fast car on those two tracks.
Back, that's cap.
Well, we don't need to talk about that already, but
Back, shut the fuck up. You're not gonna be good.
Watch your language, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah, this is no cursing show. No cursing show.
Hey, my bad. Sorry. This mute me for this race. I'm sorry. I'm totally like Kyle Busch, but okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, stop. We don't need to worry about that. Anyways, yeah, like I said about NASCAR 21 pre-orders, everything has just been messed up. Everything because I don't know if they're just gonna do it on PS5 and just do it that way, and they actually get the pre-orders out already, or just stick with PS4 and actually just have the pre-order dates just a lot longer now, but
when the guy I talked to, he said they have nothing, and there hasn't been nothing for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but so let's actually go and talk about Snap-on, because everything has been changing a lot with GU actually not hosting that Snap-on anymore, and now we got a couple guys a couple new guys actually turning the tables and actually being co-owners or admins for that series. Now we got Nick, that's one of them though. And Snap-on Season 8 doesn't start until, if I had to guess, January or December, if I had to guess.
Well, I'll probably have like at least a month for everybody to get the game, and then we'll start.
Okay, yeah, so it's gonna be like
Well,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
talk to my mom about getting me the new game.
So it's basically like, I don't know, like late November, early December or something like that.
Exactly.
That's gonna probably be the same for Southwest too. So, so it's actually a little bit different because we actually do need to talk about both Southwest and Snap-on because, it's not true though, but Snap-on and Southwest are basically related to each other because they have the same type of rules and everything, and we basically just have like at least a decent amount of good racing in both our leagues. But I think whenever I think about it is that y'all actually do the racing at least once a week though, compared to Southwest though, we actually do racing two races a week.
Yeah.
Because we basically
I do want to point something out.
Because it would either be like as normal as Friday night and Saturday night, or if it would either be Thursday night, Friday night, or do it Thursday night and Saturday night, or either do it Saturday night and Sunday night.
Well, if we have a big enough turnout for the Cup side or for the truck side, then I can almost guarantee the Cup side's going to even be bigger. And you're looking the same thing, 15 cars to qualify. The Cup side, it's going to have $50 to the winner. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of change.
It honestly is, not gonna lie, but so now let's talk about Southwest, because we had a lot of things to talk about from Southwest on Friday. I think it was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday from Kentucky, and things did not turn out for the points leader as it planned, because Justin actually lagged out once the competition caution waived, and for whatever reason the NASCAR Heat 5 servers were actually being very poor, as it always would be for 704 games and Motorsport games. But since Justin actually finished last, which is aka 7th from that race, and Mac finished second, that gap has now went from 10 points before Kentucky to 5 points after Kentucky. And now with Darlington coming up on Friday, that's actually going to be a bit of a change around, because I've never seen any type of racing that Mac has done on Darlington. But from my standpoint, from what I heard from other drivers, he appears to be very good. So we'll see how it is. So so hopefully this week we don't have any lag out problems for anybody else, because the Heat 5 servers have been very bad in the last few weeks, and we just need to turn it around somehow. So So now let's actually talk about the tracks that are on the Season 6 schedule for Southwest Cup, though, because some of the races that we're expecting, though, it's basically going to be our first time actually racing at those tracks, like the Bristol Dirt, which we have never done before with the Cup cars. Martinsville with Cup cars in this league. This is the first time that Southwest is actually using, racing Martinsville since season 2, and we're actually going back to Richmond for the first time since season 1. So, and now we actually do have a bit of a schedule change now, because I released that schedule like 7 days ago. And we need to talk about actually having a second Atlanta race on the schedule now, which is going to be a lot of fun. And and we do have some new tracks on the schedule which we have never expected before. Like we got Martinsville that I just mentioned on the schedule, and we also got the 2 new tracks that are going to be in the game for NASCAR 21, which is Circuit of the Americas in Austin and Nashville, which both those tracks will actually have qualifying sessions automatically, because we have never been to that track before and we've never had any practice or test at that track, though. So, and that goes the same for the Indianapolis road course as well. So, and by a statement that the league owner just made just a few hours ago, that there is a 75% chance that the season finale track for season 7 would be moved from Kansas to another track. And let me see here. I feel like I've heard a lot of complaints that some of the drivers do not like Kansas as the finale race, but it was basically like a 55 to 45% difference from who actually liked Kansas as a finale track and who didn't like Kansas as a finale track. So Mac, that's your mic. So, anyways,
I can't help it.
But anyways,
I'm not muting it.
let's see. Now let's actually go ahead and give out some awards for today. So we're gonna go ahead and give out some cigar awards, and some of you guys are gonna be pretty excited about this. But the first cigar award is gonna go to Mr. Moose.
Okay.
Because great pit call at Kentucky, very classy in Victory Lane.
Yeah, and also the last like 4 races I was up front, and neither of those races I lost. Three of those races I won.
Yeah,
Kentucky.
because the last time you actually raced with us,
it was like Charlotte and Eldora, and Charlotte I blew a tire on the last lap, and Eldora I got wrecked.
yeah, because it's basically third time the charm the charm for you.
Yeah.
Because you had a blown tire at Charlotte, spun out at Eldora, and then you finally come back at Kentucky and actually get the win, which you're basically good at the 1.5 miles.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So now, as we go into the next race, which is Darlington, which is basically a 1.2, or actually I think it's a 1.3 mile track like Nashville though. But you have to run the top groove of the track though, because if you try to race your car all the way down towards the bottom of the racetrack, it basically just will not work.
It works for me too. It works for me I run the bottom of that track. It works a lot for me.
Yeah, so now as we go into Darlington for the Boeing 200, we can honestly see a bit of a point difference going into Darlington, because Mac is 5 points behind the points leader Justin going into Darlington. So as we take a look at the standings, we've got let me see. I forgot to put the winner down for Moose at Kentucky, so I can make that official. So the only guys that have actually won this season, just with one win, is Nick at Daytona, Mutter at Watkins Glen, Austin at Eldora, GU at Talladega, and Moose at Kentucky. The only people that have had multiple wins between each other was me and or I can't say me because I'm basically doing the podcast, is Justin and Mac, because Justin's got 3 wins so far this season, and Mac has got 4. So I can honestly see a bit of a difference going into Darlington, and from what I heard, Mac is actually really good at Darlington, and we could honestly see a tie in the standings as we go into Darlington, because not only Mac's good at Darlington, but Justin's also good at Darlington too.
But
he's good. He's good at Darlington in the Cup car though, but just not. He's not so sure about trucks though, because I was talking with him a few days ago, and he just says that the truck just does not want to turn at Darlington though, because it just wants to be super tight going into the corners. So, but we got a lot of stuff done talked about. We got we got Snap-on all done and talked about, and we actually need to talk about the next few races talking for Southwest Trucks, because we are now basically in the final 6 races of the season. After Darlington, it's going to be the final 5, because we got Darlington, which is on Friday. Next week we'll be at Dover, and then after that we will be in Phoenix for the Allegiant 150, and then we will be at Iowa for the Dumont Jets 200, and then we'll be in Chicago for the Amtrak 225, and then we'll be back in Kansas for the Chevrolet 250. And that is the only qualifying session we will have after that, because after Talladega, there is basically no more qualifying sessions until the season finale race in Kansas. And people keep saying about the points format, and they're saying they do not like the Winston format, because if I did not do the Winston format, then a lot more people would actually race, and they say they just want to do like a win you're in. That's not how it works in Southwest. It's all about points, no wins. Because, one, you got to be at the top of your game of actually getting the most points valuable, minus the stages though, because we never do stages in Southwest. And you gotta be careful about how well you have to save your tires and your fuel, and you need to be cautious about when the cautions are actually going to fly, because the cautions can basically come out at any point. Because if there are no qualifying sessions or any type of practice session or anything at any track we go to, then there is an automatic competition caution. And speaking of the competition caution, whenever I was at work earlier today, I already came up in my head and said that the competition caution for Darlington on Friday will be at lap 20. And that's basically like at least almost a fourth of the race. So, or actually, it's probably gonna be like lap 15 or 20 though. But I'll make an announcement in the chat that it'll either be lap 15 or 20 though. But it's probably gonna be like 10, 15 or 20.
You guys don't realize that I'm slowly keeping up with Nick and Dave and the point standings.
You actually are, and we actually do need to talk about the point standings real quick, because after Kentucky, Mac is actually 5 points behind Justin, like I said, and now going into Darlington, let me see real quick. Oh, what the hell? Come on. Here we go. So going into Darlington, we got Nick at 189, Dave at 184, and Moose at 109. So, as it stands, it would be, let me see, 241 minus 189. So Dave is right now, or actually that's Nick. Nick is right now 52 points behind the championship leader, which is Justin. And Dave is 57 points behind the points leader. And Moose is currently, let me see, is currently right now 132 points behind the points leader. And as we look at it from Nick to Moose, it would be, let me see, Moose is right now having an 80-point difference between Nick and a 75-point difference on Dave. So if Dave and Nick do not race the next few races, then there's a good chance for Moose to actually make it up on the podium spot for the final standings. So
if I somehow come out Larson win like 5 races in a row, I might get up to second or first.
Well, there's the problem though, because the winner of the race gets 5 extra bonus points, so that's basically 25 points, and then Second place 20, and then it's -1 all the way down, like 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And and it's a very tight point system, and there's a good chance that we're going to go back to the other point system for the Cup Series next season, because it's basically going to be like 40 points for first, 35 for second, 30 for third, 25 for fourth, and then it's -1 all the way down. Because if you're inside the podium spots plus fourth place, then you got a good shot of actually trying to actually like get the points getting the points you actually want in that race. So, but let me see here. And now the moment y'all been waiting for. It's time to reveal who gets the crying towel this week. Here we go.
I think that would go to Luna Bird.
No, it's actually not for Looney Bird. Well, you know what? Someone needs a crying towel. It goes to NASCAR Heat because you cannot fix your frickin' servers. Because you just want to keep everybody out of this championship fight, or actually just try to keep people in lobbies. Oh my God, NASCAR. Oh my God! You just had to keep your servers going at least for one race! Oh my God, whether if it's like a 100% race in a Cup Series, or if it's just a 2% race in a Dirt Series. Oh my God, come on, why do you have to be such a phony and be lazy and actually try to get everybody to lag out in the race? Oh my God. But you know what? So there's gonna be another one that's gonna have a crying towel. Oh, it's gonna go to Dave because he cannot win. Oh my God, Dave, you just cannot get a good strategy and try to win. Oh my God, Dave. Oh my God, Dave, you just cannot win, can't you? So now, why would you just stick to following pit crows and stop thinking about saving fuel? Oh my God, please. Oh my gosh. But now, it's time for another edition of Kyle Larson 42 Fan Radio Sweetheart. Let's take a look. Let's see if I can get a good, let me see. Let me see.
Whoa!
Yeah,
holy, so what's happening back here?
Alright. Caution's not out yet. I lost connection.
Oh! Then that was you.
No, that was him. That was Matt too. That was also Matt.
Did everybody lag out?
No.
Oh
Matt
my.
lagged.
I lagged
I
out.
passed the line. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Oh my God.
Caution.
Matt
Cause
lagged.
we, oh my God.
Well, I lagged out before
Yeah,
I
Justin,
said caution
Mac
was
lagged
out.
spiky on my screen. There.
Oh my fucking God.
Well, I don't have any
Caution.
Yeah, Justin was pretty upset after the race. But I thought that Justin was actually going to go over to NASCAR Heat server over in Florida and actually sue their ass.
Wait, they're in Florida?
Well, that's really where it's at, but because they changed their headquarters building from the NASCAR Heat building in Charlotte and moved it over to Florida.
Oh,
So,
never knew that.
but whoa, Justin was upset. Cigar award, anyways. Because Justin, you put
be a crying towel.
But there's actually 2 awards given out to Justin because I already given the crying towel to Justin for actually lagging out after the race. But you know what? Oh, Justin, you can't even actually get a good race car and actually try to get a good server going because it's not your internet, it's the NASCAR servers. Oh, and you know what else? You need to stop thinking of. Oh my God, I cannot know what I'm trying to say. Oh my goodness. But let me see here.
I'll be back.
Oh my god, but Justin, you need to stop blaming yourself about your internet and blame the NASCAR heat servers because they made you lag out. Oh my god, the servers have been having the problem all day, and that's the way you're gonna play it that way. Oh my god. Oh, I got an extra dry towel for the dirty mouth. Oh, and speaking of dirty mouth, you need a bar of soap award because of what you done. Oh my god. You just need to calm down and calm your shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So here's, let me see.
Time. Played by.
Okay, let me see if I can get.
Played by Bush Radio Sweetheart. Today.
Let me see, come on. Because first, it's time for another edition of Justin Oros.
Today. Played by Jimmy Spencer.
Oh my god, I cannot get it right.
Sweetheart. Radio.
Because it's time for a special edition of Justin Oros Radio Sweetheart. Today,
Played by Jimmy Spencer. Damn, going in, Hamlin, look at this. Would you do that? It's just a tire test. 2007, NASCAR ruined my career with this car tomorrow. Oh, of course, I get the god tire that blows out. Damn it. Thanks a ton, you friggin' idiots. I hate Phoenix. They let Kenny Wallace drive my car here once. Danica lives here. Worst racetrack ever. At least there is no in this camera here now. In my opinion, I think it went something like that. Huh?
but yeah, Jimmy Spencer actually putting a good impression about what I do, though. But now let's actually go ahead and talk about everything that's actually going to happen because we got qualifying for Snap-on that's coming out. Snap-on qualifying that's going to be, I believe that's either, I think it's on Friday. Is that right, Nick?
Well, qualifying's tomorrow. I don't know about Friday, but I think they're racing Saturday.
I think I'll make it, but
But I will say this right now. Let me. God damn. Give me a sec. Where's Jesus? 60. So, I have the rookies for going. I have the drivers who are racing and the rookies going into this season for Snap-on. So, the rookies going into Snap-on truck are Kluka, Matt Kenseth, Bill, Freedom, Roll Tide, Red Flags, and GVL will make up the rookie field. And those guys, I really think, may have a good chance. And right now, we have a.
oh, let me see. I'm just trying to get this video real quick.
Anyways, it's time for Kurt Busch.
So to the thrills of victory of Moose, to the agony of insanity, it's time for Looney Bird Radio Sweetheart.
Typically gets every week. I hate my job. What the does he want? When you ran out of the pit, you almost ran some of them over. They're all wanting to whoop your. You gotta start at the back for pit too soon. There's a one to go yet. They want you to drop part of the back. I am there! I'm there! All these behind me, let's down! Oh man, cool down. Let's finish get some points here.
I got no words about that.
Neither do I.
So, but yeah, we honestly do need to talk about, so now we gotta talk about Charlotte, though, because a lot of people actually had tire problems from Because everybody's just been going crazy about what was going on at Charlotte and the other few races, because everybody kept saying about the tire problems too. So, and it's basically like you basically think you can hold the tires on, because at Atlanta you really cannot hold tires whatsoever. Here's Justin's story about that.
Gordon's reaction.
Bad luck is when you run over something that no one else can find, and you run over and cut a tire. We did that twice tonight.
And here's Looney and Mankind. And here's Looney and Mankind. So, yeah, everything really went down whenever we were actually doing all that racing, though. But it's just crazy on how league racing has been lately, because Dale's really just doesn't turn out the way I want to, though. But with Target, Skittles, and all those leagues coming back, it's really just gonna mess everything up. Because the little kids, they basically just want to race in small leagues that they don't care about. Because they say they do league racing for fun, not for the money, though. But just think about all the new games you would actually be getting with all those PlayStation gift cards. You can basically do anything. So what else can you really do? So now we need to talk about Justin and Joey, because you see this here straight jacket. Joey Loves not only needs to wear it, but he also needs to study some scientific purposes. So if anybody in this future suffers from Jovinism, they can be heated. Jovinism? Do I dare ask you to go on? Well, you got to start right at the beginning, Steve. And by the beginning, I meant...
Brad Keselowski got wrecked on the things. He starts saying, people might think, hey.
Hold on, let me see him. Come on.
Spence, a little bird told me you have an axe to grind this week.
You're damn right I do, Steve. You see this here straight jacket? Brian
Joey Loves
not only needs to wear it, he also needs to be locked in a padded room and studied for scientific purposes, so that if anyone in the future suffers from veganism, they can be cured.
Veganism? Do I dare ask you to go on?
Well, you have to start at the beginning, Steve. And by the beginning, I mean lap 28 of 500. This is what Brian showed the early signs of the never-before-heard-of condition that I named after him. Here, he overdrives into the corner and nails Regan Smith. Oh, but the symptoms keep getting worse, Steve. They just keep getting worse. Look at him. He drives in too deep again. And this time, he runs into Montoya, which, hey, it's sometimes understandable. But in this case, it's part of a bigger pattern. Now, Steve, it's becoming clear. Once a person is afflicted
with Jovinism,
he loses all control of his actions. Hey, Steve, watch this.
Joey!
And then drives in too deep again. This time he takes out Jamie McMurray. And here's the reason why we need to build awareness, Steve. Because McMurray doesn't know Brian has a problem. He just thinks he's a dope. So he retaliates. This is not helping Brian with his problem. But there is one good thing about that. Now we know one of the key signs that you may be suffering from veganism.
Joey-vanism.
People think you're a dope. Eventually, more symptoms emerge. After wrecking 3 times, then you race too hard with a guy in a championship fight. This is over the edge, but you just keep beating on him.
Until he gets sick of it, he doesn't know you have Jovinism.
So you see, even more people thinking you're a dope. And then finally, what's really scary, Steve? It's terrible. It's just so sad. No, it's too important. I have to get through this. Still, the sufferer gets vindictive and ugly and hateful. And he drives into the back of a championship contender and wrecks his car. 5 incidents in just one race, Steve. Isn't it awful? And it still gets worse. Then the afflicted one, Vickers, he starts saying stupid things like this quoted Monday article at SceneDaily.com. And remember, Brian still doesn't have a ride for for next year. What most owners are going to look at is we took a torn-up race car and drove all the way to 7th before I was wrecked by Matt Kenseth, which is more impressive than anything.
Or Justin Oros.
Is he kidding, Steve? He's saying I had 5 incidents in one race, finished 30th, and for that, you should hire me. You know what? Here's a quote from Jimmy Johnson in the same article. And remember, Johnson had a good-sized lead before Vickers brought out the last caution. Jimmy says, after a fourth or fifth...
Hold on, let me get that. Let me fix that.
Lead before Vickers brought out the last caution.
Justin said,
after a fourth or fifth time with the same car in the crash, you start thinking about maybe you're the problem. So you see, Steve, once someone has victory,
Jovinism.
People suffer. Matt Kenseth got wrecked. Jimmy Johnson lost the race. Hey, because of the caution Brian brought out. And remember this, Brad Keselowski got wrecked on the final restart.
All because of Jovinism.
Hey, there's never just one victim, Steve.
We all want to help Mr. E. What else can we do?
I'll tell you exactly what we can do, Burns. We give Brian Vickers his brand new putter award. Because if there's one thing I know, he sure ain't no driver. Let me tell you something. I raced against Matt Kenseth. He's one of the cleanest drivers out there. He's not going to spin someone out unless that guy really has it coming.
That's honestly kind of true, to be honest. Wouldn't you agree, Nick?
I think so.
Because once a person is afflicted with Jovinism, he loses all control of his actions. Might race online PC in 21 Ignition. I see. Okay. I mean, there's no problem with that because there's a lot more better drivers possibly on PC rather than Xbox One and PS4 probably, so. But...
Who said that?
Luna. So once a person is afflicted with Jovinism, you can honestly think that you're gonna get wrecked by Jovinism. And there's also Lunavism, which you either get wrecked by Looney, and there's also Manovism, when you get wrecked by Mankind. And there's also Vernonism.
Oh dear.
I don't know if that's a right word to say, but because those people are not going to wreck you unless that guy really has it coming. So you see, Nick, once a person is afflicted with Jovinism, he loses all control of his actions.
Mm-hmm.
And, take a look at this again. Joey drives into the corner too deep again. This time he takes out Dave and Nick. This is over the edge. And then he was racing too hard with a guy in a championship fight. This is over the edge. But you just keep beating on him until he gets sick of it. He doesn't know you have Jovinism, so he retaliates and gets him back. And then he drives in the back of a championship contender and wrecks his car. And then you're going to see this. And then you're going to see this, if I can get this video going or something. And Joey said in a statement on SceneDaily.com, and said that what most owners are going to look at is we took up a torn-up race car and drove all the way back out to second before I was wrecked by Mac, which is more impressed than anything. Nick, is he kidding? Is he kidding, Nick? He's saying I was inside 5 incidents, finished 7th, which is AKA last, and for that, you should hire me! And here's another article from Justin Orris on SceneDaily.com, and said, and this is when he actually got messed up on the last restart back at Road America in Season 4, and this is what he said on SceneDaily.com. Justin said, after a 4th or 5th time with the same car in the crash, you start thinking about maybe you're the problem. And here's Jimmy to explain all of that.
Says, after a fourth or fifth time with the same car in the crash, you start thinking about maybe you're the problem. So you see, Steve, once someone has vicarism, a lot of people suffer. Matt Kenseth got wrecked. Jimmy Johnson lost the race. Hey, because of the caution Brian brought out. And remember this, Brad Keselowski got wrecked on the final restart, all because of vicarism. Hey, there's never just one victim, Steve.
We all want to help Mr. E. What else can we do?
I'll tell you exactly what we can do, Burns. We give Brian Vickers his brand new putter award. Because if there's one thing I know, he sure ain't no driver. Let me tell you something. I raced against Matt Kenseth. He's one of the cleanest drivers out there. He's not going to spin someone out unless that guy really has it coming.
Because it's basically like this. Justin is one of the cleanest drivers out there. And he will not wreck anybody out there unless, Nick, that guy really has it coming. And all these guys got wrecked on the last few restarts, all because of Jovinism. And here's one of them from that race, and that was the O'Reilly Auto Parts 125 from the Southwest Truck Series at Daytona. Here it is.
Oh, look out, look out, look out! Dang it! Caution's gonna come out. Joey! Wow! Oh! Thanks, Joey.
Thanks, Joey. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
See, Joey was even laughing about it after that caution came out because he thought it was funny to actually bring out that caution, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, what can you really say about it, Nick?
Honestly, if you think it's funny, it ain't. Well, if you're gonna screw someone's strategy, it ain't damn funny. Cause
if you don't like strategy, don't even race.
There you go.
Well, I don't know about you, Nick, but I think we should go ahead and wrap up episode number 5 for the night because we've had a lot of talk about Snap-on. We've had a lot of talk about Snap-on in Southwest, and I think it's the right time to actually just move on from all the craziness that has gone on in the past few weeks, and we can go ahead and focus on what's going to happen in the next week. So make sure you guys tune in on Friday for the Boeing aircraft or the Boeing 200 at Darlington Raceway. That is going to be an 88 lap race around Darlington. It's either going to be a competition caution at lap 10, 15, or 20.
68 lap.
I thought it was 88 for a second, but okay. It was New Hampshire. Never mind. But let me see here. What was I gonna say? 68. So it's gonna be, like lap 10 or 15. So I think it's 10. So all right. So so Nick, final words before we wrap up for tonight?
Not really.
Well, I mean, we've had a lot of races in the past, and I think it's time to go ahead and focus on Darlington and see how we're going to do for Southwest in the near future once November rolls around. So, I want to thank y'all for joining here for episode number 5 of the NASCAR Heat Race Hub series that we're doing here every Tuesday and Wednesday. So, thank you all so much for joining, and I will see you guys next Tuesday for episode number 6. Take care, guys.